Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder. Today, EMAT just filed a Form 8K, and I'm seeing a pretty aggressive expansion plan that looks promising but comes with some big ifs. Quick note, this is not financial advice, just my take on public filings for educational purposes. The company is massively scaling up its operations in South Korea, planning to boost power capacity tenfold and almost double its factory size. This is a current report, meaning Evolution Metals and Technologies Corp is disclosing some significant developments that happened recently, specifically on the 27th of August 2026. This company, known as E.M.A.T on the stock market, is in the business of making things like magnets. You know, the stuff that powers electric cars and wind turbines. The main story here is about a big expansion happening in Pohang, South Korea. E.M.A.T has agreed to terms with their power provider, Korea Electric Power Corporation, or KEPCO, to ramp up their electricity supply dramatically. We're talking about going from 130 megawatts of power to a massive 750 megawatts. That is more than enough power to support their manufacturing operations and their planned growth. This huge jump in power capacity is designed to support their existing operations and a planned increase in producing what are called NDFEB sintered and bonded magnets. They expect to be able to make about 10,000 metric tons of these magnets by November of this year. 2026, that is a significant jump from their current output. Here is a really interesting financial detail. KEPCO, the power company, is expected to cover about 90% of the costs for this massive power infrastructure upgrade. This means E.M.A.T is not shouldering the bulk of the financial burden for this critical part of the expansion. But it is not just about power. E.M.A.T is also acquiring a huge piece of land, about 1.3 million square feet, right next to their current factory in Pohang. This is a direct land purchase from the Pohang city government, and they own it outright. On this new land, they plan to build a much larger manufacturing facility. The factory space will go from about 24,000 square feet to a whopping 482,000 square feet. On top of that, they have conditional approval for a grant of about 20.7 million US dollars from the local governments. This shows significant support from the Korean authorities for their expansion. You know, keeping track of these kinds of expansion plans and the financial implications can get complicated. That is why I rely on Decoded.report. It distills complex filings like this into key risk indicators and financial snapshots, showing how a company like E.M.A.T stacks up. You can find the direct link in the description and the pinned comment. Now, it is not a done deal yet. This whole power supply plan depends on E.M.A.T finalizing their land use agreements with the regional government and signing the official power supply documents. So, there are still a few hurdles to clear. These expansion plans are also tied into previous announcements about acquiring new machinery from a company called ULVAC, which is expected to be installed in November 2026. So, the power and facility upgrades are meant to go hand in hand with new production equipment. Like most companies, E.M.A.T includes a section about forward-looking statements. This is basically a disclaimer saying that their future plans and expectations might not actually happen. They list a bunch of risks, like not being able to finalize agreements, changes in costs, construction delays, and getting the necessary government approvals. This is pretty standard language, but it is important to remember that these are projections, not guarantees. The filing also includes a press release as an exhibit which provides more details about these announcements, and importantly, it includes the interactive data file, which is helpful for tracking this information over time. Signing off on this report is Christopher Clower, the Chief Financial Officer and Chief Operating Officer. This tells us the CFO is heavily involved in these strategic operational decisions. Looking at the broader picture here, E.M.A.T is making a big bet on growth, especially in the critical magnet manufacturing sector. The significant Korean government support and the KEPCO funding for the power infrastructure are huge positives. They're clearly trying to become a major player in supplying magnets for high-tech industries. However, the reliance on future agreements and governmental approvals introduces a layer of risk. It is a classic growth versus execution story. The risk I'm watching is whether they can navigate all these approvals and build out the capacity on schedule and on budget. What I'm actually looking for is confirmation of these land use and power supply agreements in their next filing. Oh, and the research tools I actually use are linked in the description. They help keep this channel going. That is my take. Stay decoded. If you found this breakdown valuable, please like, subscribe, and join our Discord community.